We are quickly approaching $4 million and we are making a ton of money, which is really, really exciting because it means we can go and do a bunch of other things. But realistically, as good as things are going, they could definitely be better. And a prime example of that is right here in Limerick. Food production is going amazingly well, but we're not quite moving enough of it to the trains just yet. And honestly, even when we do get the food to the train station, I mean, there's so much of it sitting here at Limerick Station that it can't all possibly go up to Belfast. And even when it does, we just have a bunch of it sitting around here as well. So there's a bunch of little optimizations that I think we should do and that I think we could do to just improve things a little bit. So let's get started at the OMA construction materials plant. I want to look at the consumers and make sure things are going as well as they could be, because I mean, we can tell here they're not. We could be moving more bricks to Limerick, which means we need to go in here to the bricks to train line and probably put a few more vehicles on this. Now we have 20 vehicles right now. I think what I'm going to do is bring that up to 25 vehicles. But there are some other changes we can make as well, specifically with regards to the train line itself, because here in Belfast, what this line is doing is specifically loading up with 80% planks, 20% bricks. I want to bring that down. I want to say 50-50 across the board for both of those. And that's okay, because if we can find one of these trains to use as an example, we have both of them right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these flat cars with side stakes. So basically, we're going to have 5 and 5. 5 of them with bricks, 5 of them with the planks, which is perfect. The problem is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 box cars. So we can't do the same split coming back up here. So what I want to do first, before I modify the trains, is manage the line, and I want to look at Limerick because we do have a split down here that doesn't really work. And I think what we'll do is go to a 50-50 split of tools and food so that we can bring food up here as well. We can go in and manage the vehicles. We can go and modify the vehicles. And then very simply, even though the trains are already 153 meters long, I'm going to put a boxcar on there, a boxcar on there, and a boxcar on there. And I think 160 meters is actually the exact size of the platforms at the stations. So 349,000 is perfect. That is a beautiful, beautiful modification. I'm going to paint these guys a slightly lighter red this time just to change it up a little bit. And I'm also going to go ahead and get another train. So we now have 4 of them going up and down between Belfast and Limerick. That should start making us a ton more money, and we should start to see some of the food that is stockpiling down here in Limerick get moved up to Belfast. And just while we're talking about Limerick, I want to come in here because both of these lines are using the single terminal that we have here at Limerick Sidings. So we can go to cargo, we can expand this place to have 2 terminals now, and I'm going to go so far as to bring these guys back here a little bit, just because I can, just because I want this space to be filled out a little bit, and because I kind of want to put a large cargo building in here. There's zero need to do this. It is purely cosmetic, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't think that looked cool right at the end there. I really like that. I'm also going to do a small one, so we have this this curb down here. I think that looks pretty neat, and if I could get one in there for a curb along this guy, I absolutely would, but I think that'll do. And I think just because, am I about to waste my time doing some landscaping in here? You bet I am. Do we have any little hedges? We absolutely do. Can I get a single one of these? I can do a line of these. I can absolutely. Oh, where's my prop line tool for Transport Fever 2? Let's do one of these right here. Let's do one of these right here. Is there like a midpoint I can see? I want to say this is roughly our middle right here. I'm just going to take a second and do the tiniest little bit of detailing in here because I think it's going to look really, really good if we, I've just noticed this game has a randomized rotation option as well. I've been I've been sleeping on the kind of detailing you can do in Transport Fever 2. I've definitely not, I know I've said it before, but I've definitely not looked into it as much as I absolutely should have. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks kind of neat. I would like to get like just some big tree down here that's a little bit different, like a sugar maple is pretty cool right there. And then maybe we'll throw a couple of European lindens just around this area to change it up. Maybe another maple can go just at the back here with a, what is this? A red delicious apple tree. Absolutely. A couple of oak trees, never hurt anybody. And I'm going to say that's enough for now because I've immediately, within the first 10 minutes of the video, gotten completely distracted by trees and detailing. We don't need to do that in Transport Fever 2. We just don't. But what we do need to do is have a look at the Limerick food processing plant because our consumers could be a little happier, right? We could be moving more stuff to Dublin and to Dundalk. We also almost have an overload of food waiting to go to the train right now. So if we look at our consumers, Dublin is 27, Dundalk is 15. That is what, 41 right now. 27 and 14 is 41. If I look at this line, the rate is 30. I don't know if these numbers line up exactly. I don't know if that is like a rate number, but we'll go ahead and put, I guess, 8 vehicles in that line for now should be enough. Technically, we need more than that. So you know what we'll do? We'll do 10 vehicles for a rate of 50, which should start to empty this truck depot, which is a good thing. Also, with the new train over here, we should start to see more food moving up to Belfast to then go to Dublin and Dundalk, which of course means we need, I guess, more, we need more stuff coming in here. So Dundalk Food to City has 2 vehicles on it right now. Let's go ahead and bring that up to, I want to say 4. I want to say that we double that again. Not that I think we urgently need to, but we'll bring that up to 25 for the rate, and that should be perfectly fine. If we look at Dublin, we have 4 vehicles down here for a rate of 8. Let's duplicate that, and that'll bring us up to 15. I don't know if we need a rate of 30 on this, but just for the sake of future proofing, I'm going to put 16 vehicles in this line for a rate of 31. So coming back down to Limerick, we should be seeing some growth in here because we're bringing in bricks, we're bringing in tools, we're bringing in the things that the city wants. And that has me thinking that maybe we should go in here and do a little bit of public transport around Limerick in the same way we've done elsewhere. So let's get let's say a bus stop right here. Let's say a little bus stop right here. We'll do another one just over this way. And I would like to do another one in there is kind of where I'm thinking. And that'll loop around really nicely. The thing is, I say bus stop. I kind of want to build a tram depot because I think trams would be really, really cool and I don't play with them enough. I'm also wondering if trams are going to be quite as susceptible to hills as our wagons are, because if they're not, then I might go swap out both the Londonderry and the Belfast public transport lines for trams, which might be so much better. But what we'll do for now is go in here with our tram track tool and basically just upgrade all of the roads that I want our tram tracks to be on. And this will be a pretty good test. In fact, I might have to have this tram line go. I might do 2 sets of tram lines just so we can really do a good test because I need them to go up that hill, not down it. So we'll see. I mean, this is a bit of a hill. We'll see how much it slows down, I suppose. But let's do new line. Let's go here, 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 and here. And what have we done? Road passengers. So I guess like TP for tram passengers, I guess. Doesn't Transport Fever 3, I think they've said something about cargo trams. That could be kind of cool. TP Limerick and loop number 1, I guess is what we'll call it. And then Limerick has that beautiful green color that I absolutely adore. So in theory, I should be able to go in here. We have got a horse-drawn streetcar, but we have this guy as well, which is a fair bit faster and holds a lot more people. Let's do 3 of those for now. Let's put them in that beautiful green color and let's put them into Limerick and get a look. Oh, look at those. They look amazing. What I'm most interested in, though, is whether or not they can get up that hill without too much hassle. That's kind of the priority. So I need to follow this one specifically, since it's sort of the leader of the pack right now. And we need to see, I mean, it's doing 16 miles per hour, no problem. It's stopping here to pick somebody up. Can it go up that hill at 16 miles an hour? Oh, yeah. I mean, it slowed down a little bit for the turn, but that has told me everything I need to know about trams. We need to expand Belfast's public transport network is what we need to do. So let's go in, let's get ourselves a tram depot. Where is all of our industries? All over there. Can I do a tram depot like way out here? That seems a little bit far away. I could do it here. That's actually kind of a cool spot. It's a little out of the way, but I do like it. And then we'll have the trams sort of come in a bit like this. Oh, it needs to go up there, doesn't it? Can I get rid of that? How do I get rid of trams? Oh, you just click to undo the upgrade. Okay. So we need them to come across this way. That's totally fine. They need to come down here out towards where the docks are going to be eventually, because we're absolutely doing it. And that's going to be our loop. So that is pretty good. That is not bad at all. We can rename this loop right here from RP to TP for tram passengers. Belfast loop number 1 is totally fine. Manage the vehicles. We are going to sell the vehicles because I guess we don't need them. And then what I would like to do is make sure first and foremost that we do have this tram line connection. We absolutely do. I want to get myself some trams for Belfast. So these guys, we're going to do like 4 of them for now. We'll paint them the beautiful red color. Every color is a beautiful color, according to me and this series. And honestly, yeah, it's true. So these guys can head out. They are going to be a fair bit faster around Belfast, which is perfect. They are going in the wrong direction. This one is not. So do you slow down? I mean, even if not really. They're not really slowing down. Oh, I mean, yeah, 16 miles per hour. Oh, that's perfect. Man, I cannot wait until every vehicle we have has some kind of engine, because these horses just ain't it. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. We might want to do the same in Londonderry as well, I suppose. Although there's a lot more traffic going through here that might slow things down a little bit. Not too sure about this. Not too sure about this at all. Although this hill right here needs tram tracks. It desperately needs them. So let's see what we can do in terms of a little tram loop going around here. Obviously uphill to there and then back down and then down this main street. I guess it can sort of go out and around, or it could sort of cut up through here. I guess that's kind of the shortest route to go. And I guess that's our loop, right? That's all we need for this. We just need another tram depot. So this one is going to live. We have industry out there. Can I put it here? 53,000. That's fine. We have like $5 million right now. We can manage. We'll get that connected. We'll go to Londonderry Loop 1, manage vehicles and sell them. And then basically we'll just go in here with another, let's do 4, and we'll get them in, you guessed it, that beautiful yellow color for the Londonderry Loop 1. Also renaming it to TP for tram passengers. That is going to be, in theory, a lot more efficient than what we had. The only problem is we have so many horses on the roads that it's not really going to be ideal, but we'll figure it out. Is there a dedicated, there is no like dedicated tram road in this game, is there? It's not like City Skylines where you can just build like a tram track somewhere. You can only do that with trains. Because if you could, that would be a really cheeky, low cost, easy way to do like long distance transit. And the reason I bring that up is because this road here between Omagh and Londonderry is really, really busy. And it sort of has me wondering if I should do some kind of little like loop around Omagh and then a transit connection between Omagh and Londonderry. I'm not against doing that. I'm really not. I would like to build a proper little station somewhere, I think. So that's a lot of money. Maybe not there. Maybe not there because that seems way out of the way. Up here is also a lot of money. Right there's a lot of money. That's okay. 55,000, I can work with that. We will do some kind of public transport loop around Omagh as well, because I think that's only fair. We can set up a little line that goes here to here, down to there, and up to there. So it loops around everything perfectly. It'll be road passengers, it is Oma, and it is loop number 1. I don't know. Oma does have a line. Okay. So it's pink, which is completely fine. It's a nice, lovely shade of pink. I'm actually wearing a t-shirt at the moment that's like the same color. So that's good. Let's get these guys in here. We'll do like 3 of them for now. We'll get them in pink and we'll put them on the road passenger Oma loop number 1. Now, the reason I wanted this station is because I think I'm going to put a line between Oma and Londonderry, which has me thinking that we might want a main sort of station somewhere. I just don't know where is the thing. I don't want to put it here. I don't just want to put it on that road. But honestly, that might just, and you know what? That is what we're going to do until we know whether or not this is going to be popular or successful or anything like that. So road passengers, it is, I guess Oma, Oma / Londonderry is how we'll sort of word this one. Cause that's what it is, right? It's a back and forth, and we'll just make it, I don't know, like that tan color, I suppose. It doesn't really matter what it is. Let's just get some vehicles to run that line, and we'll do 3 of them, right? We'll do another 3. That should be fine. We'll make them that same sort of tan color, and we'll do road passengers, Oma to Londonderry, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll just see how it works, see what happens. If a bunch of people suddenly start coming up here, we know we have a line that is kind of popular, and we might want to get more infrastructure to deal with it. Now, all of that aside, Belfast now wants fuel. And as we've talked about before, we can't actually make fuel anywhere in Ireland, which is a bit of a problem. We're gonna have to go over to England, Scotland, or Wales to make fuel and bring it over here by boat or by plane. Most likely gonna be by boat, because the alternative seems terrifying. This is likely to go away though. We are sort of on the cusp of bringing everything to Belfast that they possibly want, which means it has upgraded and it is now demanding fuel. That's, again, it'll probably go away because we're not super consistent with our deliveries, but this is something that can happen. Every city can have up to 4 demands. So eventually Belfast and others will want 4 things. It just so happens that Belfast for now wants 3, and one of them is completely unobtainable on this island. Now, something we absolutely can obtain on the island is goods. We can make goods. We have the Mullingar goods factory. Mullingar itself happens to want goods, so that can be an end destination. And to make goods, it is 1-to-1. It is 1 plastic, 1 steel. That leads to 1 unit of goods. And that's basically as simple as it gets. The problem is it's a pretty lengthy production line to make both plastics and, well, not lengthy for steel. You just need 2 destinations and a lot of things. So what I would like to do is start working on steel production just over here at the Mullingar Steel Mill. And I want to start working on plastic production at the Castlebar Chemical Plant, which means I'm going to start needing to make oil from crude oil and then shipping everything around. It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a lot of steps and a lot of math. It's not complicated math. It's just ratios, but it's a lot of stuff that we have to do. So let's get started. Let's start making goods. We'll start shipping them into Mullingar, and we'll take them elsewhere if and when elsewhere happens to want them. And so we'll start at the steel mill because it's easier to work back from than everything else. A steel mill needs 2 ingredients to produce 1 thing. So for a truck station, we are going to do 2 platforms on the left. That's where we're going to be dropping off the iron and the coal, with 1 platform on the right serving as the location we are picking up the steel from to take it to the goods factory. So our station is going to look a little something like that. What I'm also going to do is come up to this coal mine, and just because I think it might be an idea, I'm going to do 2 platforms on this. Not that we need them, but just because any individual line can be given multiple platforms to pick up from at any time. So this might let us just avoid some traffic problems. It's very unlikely. We're probably still going to have a bit of a bottleneck down here, but we'll see. In fact, that might be, yeah, that's silly. That's silly. We're not going to be doing that. We're doing 1 platform because we have 1 thing being picked up. It is going to live right about there. What we'll then do is come up to this this iron mine as well. We'll build ourselves a little station in here, wherever it happens to be cheapest, which looks to be about there, which is absolutely perfect. And then what we need to do, I suppose, is get ourselves a destination for that steel, which is going to be the goods factory. So we're coming in here, we're bringing in 2 things. We're going out to one destination, which is Mullingar. Same story. We will do 2 platforms on the left. We will do 1 platform on the right. That is our destination platform. And this can live right about here. I'm not really too worried about putting it at the end of this or putting it further away, because this is going to be shipping to a bunch of locations eventually. For example, like I said, down to Mullingar. So we'll have our drop-off point just be on that little side street since it's kind of out of the way. And then what I would like to do is start putting my lines in here. So we're going to go from this iron mine in the top right at the Belfast Exchange down to Mullingar East. We'll call it road cargo. It is Mullingar and it is iron to steel is what we're going to call it. Mullingar is going to be this brown color because it's a beautiful brown color, and it's one that we skipped to give Dublin the beautiful green color. And then I suppose we go from the coal mine down to Mullingar East as well. Oh wait, no, I did. Hold on a minute. I need to create a new line to make that happen is what I need to do. I have slightly messed this up. We want to go to here and then new line. And then we want to go from this guy down to this guy so that everything is working the way it should be. I'm also going to put this on platform 1. So again, both of our drop-off points are on the left. Our pickup is on the right. And this is road cargo, Mullingar. It is going to be coal to steel. So we have both of those lines pretty much ready to go, which is perfect. The next step is taking that steel from Mullingar East over to Mullingar North. And that is going to be a similar story, except this time it is the steel heading out and becoming goods, which again is exactly what we're looking for. Again, it's going to be that brown color. So that's one side of the equation essentially good to go. Obviously, we need vehicles in there and we need to mess with rates and ratios and frequencies. But the other side of this thing is that we need to take crude oil from here, which is supposed to be called Dublin Oil Well. I would imagine the map creator might have missed that one. So Dublin Oil Well needs to feed into Mullingar Oil Refinery, which needs to feed into Castlebar Chemical Plant, which needs to feed into the goods factory. So let me just make sure that I've done this properly, because terminal... Did I skip one? Hold on a minute. Did I do the steel to goods line? I did. Did I not do the... I didn't do the... Okay, I didn't do the delivery line is what I missed there. So let's make sure this is on platform 3. We'll move the other one a second. This is coming down here. That is Mullingar. It is going to be goods to city is what that one is going to be. Like I said, this process is going to have so many different lines involved in it. It is going to be a bit of a mess, but I'm willing to believe that we can make this work. So steel to goods is going to go to terminal number 1. We will have plastic to goods on terminal number 2. And we're probably going to have to build some new roads in here to make that super efficient. But first things first, let me go ahead and get another truck station. And it is going to live, I want to say, right about here. It should be fine. That's where we can pick up the crude oil. We can do another one down here, which is going to need a destination and a platform for sending stuff out. So we'll do 2 of them, 1 on either side, should be fine. And then we go up here, we have a drop off and a pickup. So same story. I'm just going to go not out there because it's super expensive. I'm going to go in here because it's a fair bit cheaper. And then same story. We need to connect all those lines together, which is super easy. And there we go. We have all of our lines set up, bringing the crude oil over to be turned into refined oil, the refined oil being taken up and turned into plastic, and then the plastic being brought over and turned into goods. The problem that we have right now is that this isn't super efficient. It's not really, it's not a great setup, because if we look at this, the oil is being brought through Castlebar and taken up here. The plastics are being brought down through Castlebar, through Mullingar, up to there. So what I'd like to do is build some new roads, as is tradition around here. We will go ahead and turn on our contour lines, and basically I want to go that way is what I want to do. So it might be an idea to come off of here, just at a bit of an angle. So we kind of go through this little valley that we have going on. And this is kind of why I didn't connect directly to this with the, not this one, sorry, this one with that station, because this should work out quite nicely. Now what we'll do is sort of just continue this straight through here. I know I'm just carving through these contour lines, but honestly, this might just be the easiest way to do it. If I just bring this guy up into there, yes, I'm carving away some of that hill, but that is a pretty great shot over there. What we can also do is get ourselves a little something here. I'm going to bring this over to about that spot. I would like to curve this guy up to meet that road here. And this is going to connect over towards the goods factory, which, I mean, admittedly, we have some contour lines to deal with there, but we should be able to do that just fine. So that is pretty much going in the direction I want it to go in. I'm going to go a little straighter with these roads than I usually would, because I don't know how bad the contour lines are around here. This one can come out to here. And I want to see if I can just connect these together like this, which I absolutely can. I don't love how much of the terrain it's tearing away though. So I might spend that extra little bit. 275 versus 187. I am willing to do that. I think the tunnel looks so much better. I don't want to lose that hill, you know? But what that should have done now is, yeah, it's moved the lines. It's made them a little bit more efficient, which is exactly what we want. Terminals in here. We want our plastics coming in on terminal 2. We want the pickup for goods to city on terminal 3. That is exactly what we're looking for, which is wonderful. So here's, oh, a new boat. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we want to come in here and get ourselves a new road depot. And I'm thinking I might build a new road depot in Dundalk as well, just because it's a little bit closer to that mine and it's just good to have. And then I suppose the way this is going to work, and the easiest way this is going to work, is for me to buy a single vehicle for every single line, and then we will duplicate as we need to. So if we go in here and I start thinking about the lines that we're dealing with, we are bringing coal and iron in here. So we'll get 2 of these guys, which is fine. We're turning that into steel, which needs to be delivered as well. So that's 3 of these guys. And then the goods will be a horse-drawing, a covered one, which is all right. The oil can be moved in these guys as well. So we have crude oil being moved. We have regular oil being moved. That's 5 of them. And then the plastic gets moved in this. So we need 5 of you, and I need 3 of the other one is what I'm thinking. So 8 lines. It's a lot of lines, but it's 8 lines. Let's now start assigning these. So this first one is going to go on the coal to steel line. The second one is going to go on the iron to steel line. And the third one is going to go on the steel to goods line. So that should be up and running. And if we look over on the right here, we can just about see that coal is now being produced. The next vehicle needs to go on the crude oil to oil line, followed by a vehicle on the oil to plastics line, followed by another wagon, a different wagon this time, on the plastics to goods line. We then need, wait, I didn't need another one of these, did I? I don't think I did. Actually, I think I might have only been 7 lines, because we need this one in the goods to city line. I don't think I've missed anything. I'm going to sell you because we might be okay. Either way, we have a bunch of crude oil being made down here, a bunch of coal in here, a bunch of iron up there. We will eventually see some oil in here and some plastic up here with some goods up here. So let me check my lines. Let me make sure that we're good. I didn't miss any of them, which is perfect. The big thing we need to do now is figure out the rates for all of these. So Mullingar has a demand of 37 for goods. I'm going to use that and work back from that is what I'm going to do. So the Mullingar goods to city line, we're going to go in here. We're going to duplicate that vehicle to give us a rate of 12. We're going to duplicate that again to give us a rate of about 24, 25. And we are going to just go and throw 2 more of those in there for 37. And I want 1 more for a rate of about 42. 43 is fine as well. And that's what we're aiming for. We'll say 40 is the target, and that's important to keep in mind. Now, these guys are moving goods. I'm going to say that that is going to be a sort of light tan color, and that's totally fine. So the reason 40 is the important number here is because, again, this is a 1-to-1 ratio. If we're moving 40 goods, we need 40 steel coming in here, and we need 40 plastic coming in here. So going over this way, looking at the steel to goods line, we need enough vehicles to move 40 steel. So we're going to just clone these guys for a second. That's going to give us 11. I'm going to turn them into like this color for now. And I'm actually thinking I might build a new road out here that sort of loops up this way, because it might be quicker to just go straight over there. I don't want too many roads going over my train tracks, but it genuinely might not be a bad idea to have a little something that comes out here, have a little something that just kind of curves around, does what it needs to do, goes to like there, and we'll just sort of bring this around. I don't know if that's not much of a, it's not a great looking angle, is it? Where do I need to go? I need to go up there. Okay. So where would I want to connect this? I'm kind of thinking just straight across to that road might be the option. This looks like a lower point for crossing the tracks though, which I think is probably important. So right about there should be fine. I'm just going to bring this sort of straight over. There is a hill that I have to deal with right there. Do I want to turn that into a tunnel? Can I turn that into a tunnel? Not really. I'm just going to go over the hill then. So that'll be fine. It'll slow things down a little bit, but the line has instantly moved. So that's going to be a little bit quicker for us, which is perfect. The rate still says 11, which is slightly concerning. I feel like it probably should have changed, but we'll not worry too much about it. There we go, 36. So one more vehicle on here should push us about 40, which it's pushed us to 40. Honestly, put one more in there just to make sure that the rate is perfect. So 45 is the rate. As long as it's 40 or more on the steel to goods line, everything's fine. The next step is going to be getting the plastic to goods line to also have a rate of 40. Now this line, since we're moving plastics, we can go for that color. It kind of matches. Basically duplicate this. We have a rate of 6. Duplicate those two. It gives us a rate of about 12. Duplicate them again. Should give us about 24, 25, probably closer to 23. 24 is fine. Duplicate those again. That should be 47. That's fine. If I sell one of them, that brings us down to 44. I'm okay with that. 15 vehicles is good. Again, as long as it's 40 or higher, that is perfect. So we need to do the same thing down here, right? We're moving oil. It is 1 oil to 1 plastic. So essentially this line, the oil to plastics line also needs a rate of 40. This is going to be, it's going to be a lot. Bear with me. Let's make it this color because that's fine. Let me duplicate these guys and again, get this up to 40. That's hopefully going to go to 5. It does. Duplicate them again, hopefully like 10, 11, 9, not great, but okay. Another one gives us like 18. Another one gives us close to 40, 42. That's totally fine. 42 is perfect. 16 vehicles is all right. Now, this is where things start to fall apart and get a little bit busy. It is a 2-to-1 ratio. It is 2 iron and 2 coal for 1 steel. It is 2 crude oil to 1 refined oil. So the rate of these next set of lines isn't 40, it is 80, which is so many vehicles. What we'll do is make this guy dark purple. I'm going to duplicate you, and that gives us 4. We will duplicate both of them, which gives us 9. We'll duplicate again, which should give us close to 20. 17, that's fine. Another duplication gives us 34, and another one gives us, what are we looking at here? 68. Okay. Give me 4 more vehicles. Hopefully that gives us about 80, 77. Okay, fair enough. Give me 2 more. That gives us a grand total of 81. So it's a lot of vehicles. You can see how this starts to snowball, right? You can see how this gets a bit chaotic. Thankfully, the coal line is much shorter, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. You're going to be painted this nice dark color there. And again, we duplicate until we have a rate of 80 or higher. Now, it is important to keep in mind that these numbers will change from time to time, but they won't go lower than what I had them originally. So as long as it's 42 on oil to plastic, it's fine. Plastic to goods being 51 is fine. Steel to goods being 51 is fine. The numbers should generally even out, and they should kind of be the ratios and whatnot that I was talking about. But generally speaking, it's okay, and they will more or less even out in time, and that's kind of what we're looking for. It is going to take a minute for all these guys to obviously sort of get into traffic a little bit and start to spread out, but we should now have a pretty good setup for goods production going into Mullingar, which is great because eventually I would like to expand that. I would like to start taking goods up to Alma and Londonderry and down to Galway and where else? Tralee and Cork and Waterford. So this is a pretty major production. It is going to be a pretty major production, but we can level this up. It will produce up to 100 goods right now. It's expandable is what that is. This guy can produce up to 100 plastic right now. Again, expandable. The mines can produce 400 whatever right now. They can level up and eventually produce 800. So again, we'll be okay. It's just it's gonna take a minute for all this to come together, but it should hopefully start to come together. Oh, now this is bad. This is really, really bad. Oh my God. So, I think the food to train line has caused a bit of a problem, because here at Upper Limerick, I've currently got it set to just infinitely stay here until it's full, which is not good. So I'm gonna just say you guys stay here for like 30 seconds is what you do, and then you clear out. You clear out. The Northern Irish out come out there. Yeah, that's that's really bad is what that is. Hopefully we can figure it out. Hopefully we start getting stuff moving over to that train again. Traffic at the very least will be okay. It'll sort itself out is what it'll do. Eventually. I think this guy's like downgraded again. Wow. I was sort of flying around. I was looking at the farms. I'm like, oh, there's nothing going on here still. That's okay. Wait a minute. I don't see any vehicles around any of this space. I come down here and just see this. And, yeah, we're even holding back like just regular civilian traffic with this. That's really bad. Fortunately, it's moving now. It's a very easy thing to fix. So hopefully we're going to start seeing, some goods getting back on those trains. We also might genuinely need more vehicles on this line, taking stuff into Limerick. I want to say that's probably for the best so that it doesn't get overloaded. Although I'm also wondering if any of the, no, those vehicles shouldn't have got stuck anywhere. Are you loaded up with, yeah, plenty of planks, not that many bricks, which has me a little bit concerned. I don't love the fact, I mean, no food whatsoever. I don't love the fact that there's not that many bricks getting loaded onto these trains. There's not that many in here either. And looking over here, consumers, we're only getting 65% down to Limerick. So does that mean that I need more vehicles on the bricks to train line? I would doubt it. I'd be very surprised if that's what this means. But I'm going to do it anyway and see how it goes. In terms of consumption here, 91 plus 60 is 150, 200, and let's say 210. Supplier right now is shipping 300. We're moving 61% of that. If I look at you, your capacity is, your rate is 75. I think we need more vehicles on this line. On the, no, not that line. Never mind. That's the wrong line. I think we need more on this line. 183 is a little bit under the, it's a bit under the demand, right? So if I put more vehicles on this and bring that up to 199, bring that up to 214, bring that up to 245, it's 80 wagons on that line, but in theory, that should be okay. In theory, that should start, you know, increasing brick production and everything should be all right. This is also a good opportunity to point out that I was right. Belfast no longer wants fuel. Admittedly, the reason for that is probably less so the general back and forth of this game and its numbers, and more so the fact that my entire system down this way shut down for a while, which is apparently still going on. It's still very busy in here, but it's getting there. So while we're waiting for our new lines to sort of get to work, I do want to come up here and have a look at the public transport situation, because I couldn't help but notice that there's 50 something people waiting to get on that Oma London Derry line. So we need more vehicles is what that tells me. I'm going to just duplicate the number of vehicles on this line and hope for the best. We might also want to look at getting a proper station in here, which is tricky since we're on a hill, but we could build it in here, I suppose. We could just add another stop to the tram line in here, which I wouldn't be against doing. I'm curious to see what that would cost. 137,000. That's actually not terrible. I'm kind of willing to do that. We'll go ahead and bring some trams out here. We can go to this loop and say that after stop number 3, we'll add a stop in here, which is silly, I know, but you could theoretically say that someone, you know, that got on here elsewhere is not getting off here. They're getting off up here, and that should be all right. What we can then do is say that this line no longer goes to Chester Road. Instead, it goes to here. And then we get rid of the Chester Road stop. So it just comes in and goes back out. We'll put it on the other platform though, because that probably makes a bit more sense. And we'll just see how that goes. We'll see if that works. We'll see if that is any better. It's just a dedicated site. It means this stop isn't completely crowded. All of these people are... I love that. Ooh, you're getting held back by a horse right there. I don't love to see it, but that is, it's a proper little parade of people, which it's Northern Ireland. Of course they're parading. Now, in other news, our Dundalk quarry is actually about to level up, which is amazing. It should have about 800 production when that happens. And that's because we've hit some criteria in here with what we're shipping, which is wonderful news. Absolutely wonderful news. I'm surprised there's not more of a tailback up here than there is, but we do have, has this place leveled up as well? I think it might have actually, we're moving more stuff to Limerick, which is great. We have a lot of stuff in here for Belfast, which is great. We should see, hopefully we will see more bricks coming down here for the trains in the not too distant future, which would be ideal. And looking down here, we have some steel, we have some goods. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, you love to see it. Love to see it. We also have some plastic coming in here, which I think was worth about 20 something, no, 12 12,000 right there. How much are we looking at for the goods though? That's what I want to know. I don't even know if this line has other vehicles with goods. Hold on. Can I be cheeky and look at you? Coming in here, this one just dropped off already, which is fine. I just need to know how much this is going to make. I'm hoping this line's going to be profitable, because realistically, I mean, like I've said, goods production is the last thing we have on the island. So we're looking at 7,000. Okay. I mean, it could be worse. It could be nothing, I suppose. It could be 0. So I'm not going to complain too much about it. So coming back to our line statistics, we have a decent amount of money coming in here. The Mullingar crude oil line is making money. The iron line is making money. I think they all are. All of the Mullingar lines are making money. Surprisingly, the Castlebar grain line, oh no, that's just the grain one. Of course it's losing money. That makes sense. Dundalk food losing money is a bit unfortunate. Some of the loops losing money is a bit unfortunate. Dublin food losing money, bit unfortunate, but honestly, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We have about $13 million now. I don't think I can complain too much about that. We are now making everything on the island that we can make here, which is very exciting. So my next, the next step that I have, the next thing I think we should do is look into how we could potentially I don't know how many people I want to move yet. I'm very tempted to look at some passenger train lines that maybe bring people from Limerick to Belfast and, you know, vice versa. That could be kind of interesting. Not 100% sure if I want to do that yet, but I'm slightly tempted. I'm slightly tempted to try and get some bricks down to Dublin and Galway as well, so we can start delivering to those places. I'm slightly tempted to start, you know, looking to increase the goods production so we can take goods to Omagh, Londonderry, and where else? Galway, Tralee, Cork, and Waterford. I don't know that we're at the stage of the game where we could do that, because I think realistically, we would just need so many vehicles. I think it would be to a ridiculous point. Like, we would need probably hundreds of vehicles moving oil and coal and iron and steel. I don't know if I want to do that right now, or if I just want to wait until we have better vehicles so I can have the same number that I have now, just they're bigger. I don't know. I'm going to think about that one and see what I want to do. At the very least, I do think, I mean, we have almost 100 vehicles, 100 wagons on this line. This guy has, I mean, it's looking like it could level up again, to be totally honest, which is wild. We're also not moving enough bricks to Belfast, which is fantastic, I suppose. I think this guy could be set up to absolutely supply bricks to everywhere on the island. I think that's maybe the priority, because I mean, Limerick's not that far from Galway. We can bring some bricks from this station to Galway. It's easy enough to do. And I think Dublin, maybe we just add a stop in here in Mullingar and then we run them over to Dublin by wagon. Or we just add a stop to Dublin. We just move the train line so it goes to Dublin, and then I could really do passengers from Belfast to Dublin and down to Limerick. That might be an option as well. I'm going to sit and think about that, is what I'm going to do, because I think that's going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.